Friday, March 9, 2018. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. Finance Minister Audley Shaw has carried out his promise of sparing Jamaicans from new taxes for the 2018-2019 financial year.
I am pleased to announce to this Honourable House that there will be no revenue measures for fiscal year 2018-19. No new taxes. No new taxes. No new taxes.
This was the first time in 14 years that there will be no new taxes. The finance minister said there has been increased compliance measures and tax revenue buoyancy. Speaking to members of the House of Representatives yesterday, he added that along with continued fiscal discipline, the government has been able to contain expenditures.
Each year, with the exception of fiscal year 2004 and 5, the Jamaican people have had to shoulder more and more taxes. We decided in our first year in government to give back to working Jamaicans by implementing an increase in the PAYE threshold to $1.5 million. We will not let anybody forget that.
He concluded, saying the government is focused on several major investment projects involving billions of dollars of investments over the next 3 years to 5 years that will play a critical role in helping Jamaicans achieve their targeted economic growth rates. Proposals for legislation to deal with sexual harassment have been finalized, so says Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange. After months of consultations, Minister Grange says she signed off on the outstanding issues on Thursday, International Women's Day, and will be taking her proposals to the next meeting of Cabinet on Monday, March 12. Speaking to members of Parliament yesterday, Minister Grange said the final issues had to do with the mechanism for hearing sexual harassment complaints. She says she is confident that the Cabinet would give favorable consideration to the new proposals, which were developed after extensive consultations.
The government made a commitment to promote gender equality, empower women, and eliminate gender-based violence. From a local standpoint, the National Policy for Gender Equality is the main policy in Jamaica that seeks to address inequalities and gender-based discrimination. Another is the National Strategic Action Plan to eliminate gender-based violence and a recently signed Memorandum of Understanding aimed at developing strategies and collaborative programs.
Minister Grange says the proposed Prevention of Sexual Harassment Bill will deal effectively with what she refers to as a very serious crime that mitigates against the desired level of peace, harmony, and happiness in our country. She says the bill is intended to protect all women and men from unwanted sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and crude sexual behaviors that affect quality of life by creating intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment. The Jamaica Labour Party's Dr. Nigel Clark has been formally sworn in as Member of Parliament for Northwest St. Andrew. Dr. Clark took the oath of office Thursday afternoon during a sitting of the House of Representatives. Dr. Clark defeated PMP's Keisha Hale in a by-election on Monday. He replaces Derek Smith as Member of Parliament of the constituency. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett was awarded Worldwide Tourism Minister of the Year yesterday by the prestigious Pacific Area Travel Writers Association, PATWA, in Berlin, Germany. Jamaica also received the PATWA International Travel Award 2017 for the Best Destination for Adventure Tourism. Other awardees included Qatar Airways for Airline of the Year, India for Best Destination under the Heritage category, And in the United States, California's Napa Valley copped the award Best Destination for Wine Tourism. The award was given before the audience of international travel and tourism leaders from around the world at the ITB Global Tourism Trade Show. Bartlett was joined by Jamaica Charge d'Affaires for Germany Keisha Karl Witter, Director of Tourism Donovan White, and Senior Advisor Strategist Delano Severite, and European-based JTB officials. PATWA is a professional organization of travel writers, which was founded in 1998 and works with both the public and private sectors to support sustainable growth and improve the quality of travel and tourism. $5 million. That's how much it will cost to repair a section of Port Royal Road in downtown Kingston. The repairs are a collaboration between the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the National Works Agency. Proposals are being laid out for the reconstruction of Port Royal Street at the Kingston waterfront in downtown Kingston, which the sea has continuously eroded over many years, leading to breakaways of the road. It was one of the projects identified by JICA during a press tour in late February. Among the experts there was Senior Civil Engineer at the National Works Agency, Mr. Howard Prendergast, and Consultant Coastal Engineer Dr. Tsutomu Sakimama from Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. Mr. Prendergast speaks to the cost of the repairs.
We estimate that for the three critical locations that we're hoping to address, we're estimating approximately $5 million to execute the works, approximately. Hopefully we should be starting the project in the financial year 2019-20, hopefully, because the next financial year 2018-2019 we should be going through the necessary tendering process, procurement, planning, final design plans, and so on. So it won't happen immediately, but it will happen.
The coastal engineer, Dr. Sakakiyama, has advised that the roads be raised and a drainage canal be installed. Port Royal Street forms a major thoroughfare that connects East Kingston and downtown Kingston. For this reason, the National Works Agency acknowledges that the entire stretch of Port Royal Street and connection streets requires attention. However, the work will only be carried out on 3 critical sections. But when will the work start? The work is to be carried out under the $5 million rock revetment project, which is being funded through the Jamaica Disaster Risk Vulnerability Program and executed by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund. In regional news, Cuba's Electoral Commission has 2 more days to address issues ahead of Sunday's parliamentary elections. Last Sunday, the Commission engaged in an exercise to test the system and identify issues to be resolved. Richard Richards of Karna Caribe TV in Cuba explains the situation.
Around 200,000 electoral authorities took part in this Sunday dynamic testing that allowed to corroborate the availability of means and election structures for the sake of guaranteeing the necessary conditions for the suffrage of next March the 11th. The previous working day to the elections, where Cubans will elect the congressmen, parliament, as well as the delegates to the People's Power Provincial Assemblies, served to complete details on the informative support, data transmission, transporting means, and communication. In the meantime, this week, the correction of the problems detected during the essay will be mended. With the help of the voting urns next Sunday, March the 11th, the Cubans will contribute to assure integrity and the future of its country. These elections will take place between an international complexity characterized by the worsening of Washington blockade against the island and its attempt to destroy the Cuban Revolution.
In sports, sports, track and field world governing body IAAF is to push for equal gender representation across all areas of its governance. That's according to President Sebastian Coe. As part of reforms adopted by the IAAF Congress in 2016, the ruling body has written minimum gender targets into its constitution to ensure more women are represented at all levels in the running of sport. The IAAF will have equal representation on its council by 2027, with 2 of the 4 vice president positions being filled by women. The 2 members on the council in 2019 will be Athletes Commission Chair Inaki Gomez of Canada and Deputy Chair Valerie Adams of New Zealand. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ, the People's Station.